role models in women's collegiate gymnastics, and two of the best are the Price sisters.
I remember growing up just doing what we loved together at our old gym. I think in areas of just being her older sister, I was just there for her in ways that are helpful and useful. Figuring out where we wanted to go to school was always an experience, but the fact that she got that opportunity to make history, especially at an HBCU at her age, is absolutely insane. So I admire what she's doing, and she is inspiring so many young Black athletes. To have other Black athletes that are just already doing what you're trying to do is huge. Simone Biles is a great example of you can just do anything that she puts your mind to. She is an inspiration to so many athletes, not just the ones of color. So I think watching her do what she does, knowing she went through the same experiences like we did, to me it means she's doing something that I have the ability to do, and there's nothing stopping me, no matter my race, gender, whatever it is. Like, I can do that because she can do it, and like she's paved the way for so many other Black athletes, and she's just proved that women can do anything in general.
Well, I had a chance to sit down with Arkansas's Frankie Price and her sister Morgan and ask them what Black history meant to them. They told me that their father passed away when they were 4 and 6 years old, and that he taught them that Black girls never give up, they're strong. But it was really their mother who showed them how to be strong every day, being a single mother of 4. Morgan Price, who was originally committed to Arkansas, said that it's all the little African-American gymnasts who say they want to go to Fisk is what drives her. Frankie, who you're looking at right here, echoed a similar sentiment, and it said it's special now that they're both able to use their gymnastics platform for something bigger.
Well, Sammy, you and I were both at the most recent USA national team camp for women, and all the Black athletes that we had a chance to talk to, they all said one of the most pivotal moments in their lives was when they saw Gabby Douglas win the gold medal at the Olympic Games, and they said, you know, seeing someone that looks like me makes me realize that I can do it. And I think that's an important message here, because no matter what your background or race or ethnicity, it's important to see people that are like you accomplish great things. The Price sisters, such great role models. Great to see them doing what they're doing, and it's important to the sport and to our country. So 2 rotations in, the Florida Gators, I tell you what, man, they made a statement on that last rotation. The Arkansas Razorbacks down by over 0.8 of a point. Sloan Blakely heads to beam with the Florida Gators. Frankie Price, the Razorbacks, they got some work to do on the floor exercise. Welcome back to Gainesville. We are 2 rotations in, and it is the home team, the Florida Gators, taking a commanding lead after that last rotation, over 0.8 of a point. Women's gymnastics, that's a lot. Now they move to beam, though, and the meet doesn't start until you get to beam. And here is freshman Skylar Drazer trying to get things rolling for the Gators.
Yeah, you said it best, that lead is really significant. Florida would have to count a fall on this event to get it closer. Opens, nice backhand spring layout, step out. Head coach Jenny Rowland said she continues to give her props to be in this leadoff spot. She's done a phenomenal job. She said we're all 100% confident she can deliver a routine to set the pace and be calm. You see a little balance check right there, but you can't tell with her demeanor, which is exactly what you would want from a leadoff athlete. And she's just a freshman, which I think is really impressive.
Oh my goodness.
And starting with a stick is really good for Florida.
You talk about hitting a first routine, but not just how important it is on beam in particular.
It's really important on this event because it's contagious. The way that you set the tone, the demeanor, the way you carry yourself, the team feels that more on this event than any other event.
So if Arkansas can mount a comeback, this is an event that they can do it. They are 7th in the country on this event. This is one of their best. They are strong on beam as well, but right here they've got to eat into the lead. And from one freshman to another, this is Haley Klein from Lake Forest, Illinois, trying to get Arkansas on their own roll.
And Arkansas is excellent on this event. It's been their specialty since head coach Jordan Weaver took over. Front layout into a double back. land on that mat. It just helps your ankles, especially in the middle of the season. What always impresses me about the Arkansas team is just how well conditioned their endurance is at the end of floor routines. You're going to notice that theme across the board, John.
Kyler Ross actually told me before the competition, one of the coaches for the Razorbacks, that their conditioning coming in the fall was really a lot better than they've ever seen. So, to your point, shows up here on floor. Coming up at 9 Eastern, there's more gymnastics over on the SEC Network as number 14 Auburn hosts number 7 Alabama, the Iron Bowl of gymnastics, if you will. And Lily Hudson and her Crimson Tide roll into the Plains and get a win. Auburn still looking for their first win against an SEC team this season. Now Sloan Blakely follows Skylar Drazer's 9.875.
Opens front aerial back handspring. You see her arms were not quite even there. But she got the connection. She's such a powerful athlete, but I'm noticing some hesitation from her on her connections.
You can see that 4th ranking on the beam. This is her best event. So again, I mentioned Arkansas great on floor. This doesn't bode well for the Razorbacks. Coming off that bar rotation, now going to what is arguably their best event of the 4.
Sloan is just such a great athlete. I want to see her unleash on this event. It was a good routine for Florida.
Florida doesn't need to be great. If you're talking about getting the win here, the rest of the way they need to be good, maybe to very good, and they're going to get the win. Just have to avoid the big mistake.
Switch lead into that gainer layout full to finish off the routine.
Haley Klein started things off for the Razorbacks on the floor with a 9.85. So back-to-back freshmen to get things going here for Arkansas in this rotation. This is Priscilla Park. She is competing the all-around. There's a 4 gymnast race for that all-around title, and Priscilla the only all-arounder for Arkansas.
Yeah, the coaches say that she's an athlete that is amped up all the time, trying to improve this program. Opens full in. But all the equipment at different arenas is completely different. So sometimes the floor is a little bouncier, sometimes it can be more stiff. So it's really important that head coach Jordan Weaver told us that they focus so much on the technique that they're able to adjust to any floor. This is the event to see her personality. She's a little more serious on the other events. Here's her opening pass, full in. That's 2 flips, 1 twist. Just a little slide on the landing, but nicely done.
Back over to the balance beam. Sloan Blakely in the 2 spot, a 9.825 for Florida. Now Anya Pilgrim has had a solid night of her own, a 9.9 to start and a 9.95 on the uneven bars.
Unique mount. That is harder than it looks. She made that look really easy.
That's terrifying is what it is. Anya number 20 in the country on this event. Beautiful stretch legs. Her
her execution and the way she does her skills are so clean. Coaches say that you can put her really anywhere in the lineup and you'll get the same routine, which is pretty much a coach's dream. And you can just tell from her face that she's an athlete where her highs don't get too high and her lows don't get too low. That's a really good ingredient for a superstar. Started off really strong right here with that back handspring on the beam.
Absolutely. I don't know how you do that the first time is what I'm curious.
Yeah, what's impressive to me too is she has no built-in deductions. What I mean by that is there were no bent knees on a back handspring. Everything was dialed in.
Anya Pilgrim, I'll tell you what, she is something special. The 21st gymnast in the country on the floor exercise in the rankings is Maddie Jones. Here she is. She's following Priscilla Parks, 9.825.
Opens front double full. Coaches say that she is a military dad, so she's organized, prepared, able to juggle a lot of things, and one of the hardest workers on the team, always trying to get better. This is looking really good.
It needs to be more than really good. Anya Pilgrim, a 9.9 in the third spot for Florida.
Beautiful toe point. I love the details. Really flirting with the crowd. Performance quality is definitely something the judges look for.
Thursday night, we've got SEC women's basketball. It's Vanderbilt. They take on Texas A&M. That'll be 9 Eastern time. Catch all the action over on the SEC Network and streaming live on the ESPN app. So Anya Pilgrim, 9.9 for a beam routine, Sam. It wouldn't surprise me if that was higher. That was a really clean routine. But you know what? You've always told me I'm not a judge, and I shouldn't try to be one. But it looked like it could have even been higher. Now, Ellie Lazari in the 4th spot. She is the senior. 3 gymnasts yet to go here for Florida. They got 3 good scores, so they got that cushion. Don't want to have a fall, but they have that cushion still. They need to hit 2 out of these last 3.
And Ellie is just the definition of a natural beamer. She works beams so comfortably, but also has huge skills like a back handspring layout, little balance check at the end, but great job saving that.
Maddie Jones on floor, 9.875.
Ellie has nice arm position. See how sharp she's finishing? She's able to adjust in the middle of her skills so that when she lands, there's no deductions. That is a veteran beam worker. This is the only event she competed last year. It's the event she's most comfortable with. A little short on that dismount. But the 3 things that gymnasts need to do on balance beam is to be great are 3 things in order to not wobble and not fall. The first one is to look at the end of the beam. You can see she's looking at the end of the beam right there when she goes for her back handspring. She looks at the other end of the beam upside down. It happens quick though. She pulls her arms up straight by her ears. You want to find your arms, which means she needs them by her ears, going into that flip, and after the last flip, you want to see a good landing, and that's what happened. We did not see a lunge position from her, which is why she wobbled.
Well done, Sam. Now back over to floor. Leah Smith in the 4th spot. Still looking for their first 9-9 in this rotation.
John, is to not play tight. We say that when you know that they need big scores, and it looks like they're trying too hard on these landings, because I've seen this team go lights out on these floor teams, and it's not a conditioning problem. Solid.
From Leah Smith. 2 yet to go for Arkansas on floor exercise. 2 of their best in the anchor spot. Ellie Lazari, the 4th gymnast to go for Florida on balance beam, just a 9.775. Again, not catastrophic, but with 2 yet to go, they need to get 2 solid routines, or maybe Arkansas could just eat into that lead ever so slightly. And it is a big lead, over 8/10 of a point coming into this rotation. Now here's Victoria Wynn. She had some trouble on bars. She's been under the weather the last couple of weeks. Big moment right here.
Sometimes balance beam is an easier event because you can slow down a little bit. If you have a little bit of a mistake, you can take your time, do a pose, reset. Beautiful back handspring with a half. That's called an anodi. Straight into another back handspring. Difficult series combination. Love to see the unique elements Victoria brings to this beam routine, and just her dance is really elegant to watch. Big switch leap, split jump. Looked a little off balance, but good job covering it up. Setting up for the dismount. Back handspring into a 1.5. It's the routine she needed, John. It never feels good to have a mistake when you know exactly what went wrong, but hitting your next routine, it kind of makes you have a little redemption. Started off strong with this unique series right off the bat. That's called an anodi, back handspring with a half. Really difficult. She does it beautifully.
Well done. No troubles there at all for Victoria Wynn. As we see sophomore Lauren Williams, individual qualifier to the NCAA championships last year. She takes the floor following Leah Smith's 9.85. It has to be bigger. These have to be 9 plus scores for Arkansas to finish out.
Opens, tuck full in. She has such clean technique on her tumbling. I am a huge Lauren Williams fan. She's powerful, she's aggressive, she has the performance quality, she's the full package.
She's currently ranked number 9 in the nation on this event. No Arkansas Razorback has scored a 9-9 or better yet tonight, and man, they need it now.
Assistant coach Kyler Ross told me that last year she was a bit inconsistent, so the growth they've seen in her and just how comfortable she is. I mean, she looks comfortable out there, John.
They said they needed to be loose. They needed to just let it out and go for it, and Lauren Williams absolutely doing that now.
Next time I need to be loose, I'm going to do the worm just like Lauren. able to control the landing. Such great air awareness. This is going to be a huge score for Arkansas.
Just a moment to bring something up as we look at our pass. They're supposed to hold their landings for a full second. That includes their finish position on floor.
Well, she held right there on that double back.
And right here, this seems silly, but gotta hold that finish position. We talked to the judge referee right before the competition tonight, and that is one of the new rules in women's gymnastics. It goes for all the events, but one that you don't normally think about is that finish on floor exercise. So what do you do when you get a 10? What do you do for an encore? Well, if you're Leanne Wong, you see 7 career 10s now. You go to beam and you got a chance to do it again. She's following. Victoria wins 9.925. Leanne Wong can even go better.
I mean, she is hot tonight. Last week, though, she had a graceful spill, is what head coach Jenny Rowland called it. And we all know Leanne Wong well enough to know it's extremely uncharacteristic. And obviously, it's not going to happen tonight. She's got her game face on. Just look how beautiful but intense she is at the same time. I mean, it is great to see.
I've been around Leanne Wong a little bit, watching her do gymnastics. She's competing angry tonight, Sam.
She is. I mean, you can see she's a little off on these skills, but really adjusts nicely so the judges wouldn't be able to tell.
Lauren Williams on floor, 9.9. The first one for the Razorbacks tonight.
Finishes with that new rule you were just talking about, John, that's most likely going to be a deduction on the dismount. No more college sticks, as we used to say.
And it's a half a tenth if they turn out of that early, plus that step.
But here's the switch leap. I mean, you want to hit the 180 degrees, and Leanne Wong, from that splitometer, you saw she got that. And here's the dismount we're talking about, landed straight-legged. You want to see bent knees, which helps with the sticks.
We'll see what the judges do with that landing in particular. But before we do that, redshirt sophomore Frankie Price. This is a floor routine that you just got to sit back and enjoy.
Double layout, no problem. Huge leap combinations, hard to see, but she is so far above the ground.
I'm pretty sure I could have walked under that.
I think you could have. Emphasis that head coach Jordan Weaver said is she wants her athletes to be so well conditioned. These floor routines are easy and they can dance hard. I am definitely seeing that from Frankie here. They don't even look tired, John. Let's run it back.
Back-to-back floor routines. They'd be ready. And that was the way they wanted to finish that. 9-9 from Lauren Williams. You got to feel like this score is going to go up from there.
Huge switch side Popa, which is a straddle full. She keeps going for that leap combination. And the last pass combination work. Solid landings across the board for Frankie.
Great finish for the Arkansas Razorbacks on that floor rotation, but it's still all Florida Gators. 9.925 for Leanne Wong as she finished out that balance beam rotation. Florida's going to finish on floor. Arkansas, they'll have to finish on beam.